Hello viewers, today I am going to discuss reaction of carbonyl compounds with ammonia and its derivatives. For this topic, you need to require a prior knowledge on nucleophilic addition reactions. For this topic, you can watch my YouTube video on this topic, nucleophilic addition reactions. So now let's start with this topic, reaction of carbonyl compounds with ammonia and its derivatives. Ammonia and its derivatives add to the carbonyl group of aldehydes and ketones. The reaction is reversible and is catalyzed by acids. So if ammonia derivatives are represented by NH2Z, ammonia, as we know, ammonia is NH3. So if I replace one of the hydrogen by this Z, then I can write it down as NH2Z. By varying the Z, I can write down the various amino derivatives. So firstly, we have to discuss it by taking the general formula NH2Z, and then afterwards we will discuss what are the various values of this Z. Okay. So this is ammonia derivative. It gets added up at the carbonyl group. Reaction takes place in presence of acid. Reaction is reversible to give this product. It is nucleophilic addition product. A tetrahedral product is obtained. The equilibrium favors the product formation due to the rapid dehydration of tetrahedral addition product. This addition product removes water molecule to give this product. So the equilibrium is favored in the forward direction. Okay. As you have seen that the steps, the previous reaction is composed of two steps. In the step 1, as you can see, it is a nucleophilic addition reaction. Carbonyl group is electrophilic in nature, and it is this carbon which is electrophilic in nature. This electrophilic center is this carbon, while this is ammonia derivative and the nitrogen is nucleophilic center. So this nucleophile get added up at the carbonyl carbon and therefore giving this product. So this step is nucleophilic addition. Okay. Then the second, this step, it is elimination. Water molecule gets eliminated and there is a double bond here. So H from here, OH from here goes out as water molecule and a double bond is formed. Okay. That means these reactions are also called as nucleophilic addition elimination reactions. And if I have to write down the simplified form of this reaction, how can I write it down? As you can see here, carbonyl compound, ammonia derivatives in presence of acid give this product. So I can write it down like this, C double bond O carbonyl group. This is the ammonia derivative. Two hydrogens from the nitrogen and this oxygen goes out as water molecule. And now there is a bond between this, double bond between this carbon and nitrogen. So it is this two groups, carbon, double bond, nitrogen and Z. So this is the product formed. Okay, so this is the simplified form of this nucleophilic addition elimination reactions, or you can say the simplified form of the reactions of the carbonyl compounds with ammonia and its derivatives. Now let's discuss mechanism first. So first step is the addition of proton. Now here the proton, oxygen gets protonated. Oxygen is neutral. It takes proton and oxygen will attain positive charge. Oxygen being electronegative, positive charge on it is highly unstable. So the pi electrons will be shifting towards oxygen. So what will you get? Since pi electrons will move here, oxygen which is having positive charge now is gaining electrons. So it will become neutral. And since the pi electrons are moving away from this carbon, so this carbon will attain positive charge. Okay. And now this ammonia derivative, this is a nucleophilic center, the lone pair of electrons available on the nitrogen. This will attack on the carbon having the positive charge. So what will you get? Now there is a bond between this carbon and nitrogen. This is positive charge. Nitrogen is giving its electrons to the carbon, so it will be neutral. And it is neutral and giving electrons, so it will attain positive charge. So this is OH and NH2 positive and Z. Okay. Then this nitrogen will lose one of the hydrogen as proton. So loss of proton from here. So now the nitrogen will become neutral. So it is NHZ. And then this nitrogen-hydrogen bond will be moving towards carbon and nitrogen. So this bond moves here. Since electrons are moving, electrons are moving away from the nitrogen. So it will go out as H positive. And this bond shifts here. So OH goes out as OH negative. So OH negative from here, H positive from here. So water molecule. And this bond shifts here. So it is double bond. So this bond moves here, this group goes out, there is a loss of water molecule, and now there is one more bond, that is pi bond. So it is C double bond N. So you get this derivative. Now one thing which we have to note is that here, if the nucleophile attacks here, if the reaction is not taking place in presence of acid, then nucleophile has to attack here. Now, if we compare the electrophilicity of these two carbon, as you can see here, the carbon is having partial positive charge due to difference in the electronegativity between this carbon and oxygen. So, this carbon is having partial positive charge. In presence of acid, this carbon now will have complete positive charge. So, if you have to compare the electrophilicity of this carbon and this carbon is more electrophilic in nature, or it is a stronger electrophile. This carbon is a stronger electrophile than this carbon. So if the attack of the nucleophile take place at this position, at this carbon, which is having a complete positive charge, rate of reaction increases. So what is the role of the acid? Acid increases the electrophilicity of the carbonyl carbon. Okay. I hope it's clear to everyone. So now, the addition of ammonia derivatives to aldehydes and ketones is catalyzed by acids. Acids increase the electrophilicity of carbonyl carbon, so weak nucleophiles like ammonia derivatives readily attack the carbonyl carbon. As we have seen that by acid, we are increasing the electrophilicity of the carbonyl carbon. Now, ammonia derivatives are weaker nucleophiles, and therefore the attack of these weaker nucleophiles at a stronger electrophilic center will be easy, or the attack will be very fast. Since ammonia derivatives are basic in nature, we know ammonia derivatives are basic in nature. So if the medium is too acidic, if you are using strong acidic conditions, then what will happen? They will form their respective ammonium salts. This is ammonia derivative. If the reaction is too much acidic, if the medium is too much acidic, then what will happen? This nitrogen will get protonated, or you can say you will get ammonium salt, because this is base, it will react with acid to form salt. Now, once this salt is formed, this salt is not nucleophilic in nature, because now as you can see, what is nucleophile? Nucleus loving. So either it is having the lone pair of electrons, or it is having partial negative charge, but here it is having partial positive charge. So it will not behave as a nucleophile. Hence, reaction will not take place. However, if the medium is only very slightly acidic, then the carbonyl group will not be protonated. And if the carbonyl group is not protonated, then ammonia derivative being weak nucleophile will not be able to react. Okay, that means if reaction is too much acidic, then reaction will not take place, because then the ammonia derivatives will exist as ammonium salts, which will not be behaving as a nucleophile. While if the medium is slightly acidic, very slightly acidic, then the carbonyl group will not be protonated. So the carbonyl group will be a weak electrophile. So, and ammonia derivatives are weak nucleophile. So reaction will be difficult. Reaction will not take place. That means these reactions are carried out at optimum pH, usually around 3.5. Because if the pH is low, reaction will not take place. If pH is high, reaction will not take place. So it is usually around this pH that this reaction will take place. And this is very, very important to note. Now let's discuss some important ammonia derivatives and the products formed by them. Now this is Z. Initially, if you can recollect, this is the reagent NH2Z, ammonia derivative. And I told you that we will replace this Z by various groups or substituents, and then we'll see what reagent is there and what is the product formed by that. Okay. So if this Z is H. Then NH2Z will be NH3, that is ammonia. What was the reaction if you can recollect? C double bond O, oxygen from the carbonyl, and the two hydrogens from the nitrogen will go out as water molecule, and the bond between carbon and nitrogen, double bond between the two. So C double bond, two hydrogen goes out from here, so you will get NH. This product is called imine. This is imine product. Okay. Now, if Z is R, then this NH2Z will be NH2R. That is RNH2. What is RNH2? Amines, primary amines. So if reagent is primary amines, then what will you get? This 2H2, two hydrogens will go out. So C double bond N and R. C double bond N and R. These are called Schiff's bases. So you can change the value of R. R can be methyl, R can be ethyl, propyl, and so on. So you get the Schiff's base accordingly. Okay. Now, if this Z is OH, the third, you see this Z is OH, then what is the reagent? NH2OH. NH2OH means this is hydroxyl, this is amine, so this is hydroxylamine. And what will be the product? Two hydrogen from here, okay, go out. So C double bond NOH. So C double bond NOH. And these products are called oxime. Okay, so they are oxime. So hydroxylamine will give oxime on reaction with carbonyl compounds. Now this is the fourth one. If this Z is NH2, then this NH2Z will be NH2NH2. This is hydrazine. Hydrazine is a symmetrical molecule. So you can replace either these two hydrogen or these two hydrogen. Doesn't make any difference. So the carbonyl group, oxygen from the carbonyl group and two hydrogen from here. So it will be C double bond N NH2. So C double bond N NH2. This is hydrazine and the product is called hydrazone. So hydrazine gives hydrazone. So I hope this table is clear to everyone. Now moves to next table. Here, if this Z is NHC6H5, this is phenyl ring. Okay, what will you get? NH2 and this NH2 from here, and the Z is NHC6H5. Now, if instead of phenyl it is H2, that is NH2, then it is hydrazine. Hydrazine, as I told you, is a symmetrical molecule. All the four hydrogens are identical. So if you replace one of the hydrogen by the phenyl ring, then you will get phenylhydrazine. This is phenylhydrazine. Now here we have two nitrogens. So which will be acting as a nucleophile or which will react with the carbonyl group, we'll discuss later on. Therefore, I have not written the product here. Okay. Now let's take another example. Another Z, NHC6H5 NO2 twice, two nitro molecules. So in phenylhydrazine, we have simple benzene, while here we have benzene with nitro group at second and fourth position. This is hydrazine. Okay. So we'll number this carbon as 1. So this is 2, 3, 4. So nitro group is present at second and fourth position. So it is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. Okay. Again, two nitrogens are available. So which of the two will react as a nucleophile or react with carbonyl compound? We'll discuss later on. Then this, if the Z is NHCONH2, then what is the reagent? NH2 from here, and instead of Z it is NHCONH2. So NH2, NHCONH2. This reagent is called semicarbazide. And again, as you can see here, how many nitrogens are available? 1, 2, 3. And all these three nitrogens are nucleophilic in nature. But which is a stronger nucleophile? Which will react with the carbonyl compound? This we'll discuss later on. So now let's discuss the mechanism of these 5th, 6th and 7th reagent. So first, addition of phenylhydrazine. Okay, this is the phenylhydrazine molecule. Now the nitrogen which is attached to the benzene ring, the lone pair of electrons available on this nitrogen is delocalized over whole of the benzene ring. As you can see, these resonating structures. Now let's discuss these resonating structures one by one. the lone pair of electrons on nitrogen will move here between nitrogen and carbon, and these pi electrons will move towards this carbon. So what will happen? These electrons move here. So one more bond, that is pi bond, means double bond. Nitrogen is neutral and giving its electrons, so nitrogen will attain positive charge. So positive here, double bond here, single bond here, and negative charge here. Okay? NH positive here, double bond here, single bond here, and negative charge here. Okay? Then this negative charge will come here and the pi electrons will move here. So this is double bond, this is single bond, and their negative charge. So double bond, single bond, and negative charge. Then this negative charge will come here and the pi electrons will shift here. So what will happen? Double bond, single bond, negative charge. So double bond, single bond, negative charge. Okay? And then this negative charge comes here and the pi electrons will move towards the nitrogen. So what will happen? Negative charge comes here means double bond, then single bond, and then nitrogen. Electrons are moving towards this, so it becomes neutral. So nitrogen neutral. Okay? So by these resonating structures, you can see that the lone pair of electrons available on this nitrogen is delocalized over whole of the benzene ring. Therefore, the electron pair availability on this nitrogen is very less. Okay? Since electron pair availability is very less, that means it is a weaker nucleophile in comparison to this nitrogen. So if we have to compare the nucleophilicity of the two nitrogens, this nitrogen is more nucleophilic than this nitrogen, and therefore this nitrogen will react with the carbonyl group. Am I clear? Okay. So it is this nitrogen. So the two hydrogens of this nitrogen and the oxygen from the carbonyl group, loss of water molecule, and nitrogen double bond carbon. So you'll get this compound. Okay. This compound, this reagent is phenylhydrazine, and the product obtained is called phenylhydrazone. So phenylhydrazine reacts with carbonyl compound in presence of acid to give phenylhydrazone. Is it okay? Okay, then addition of 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. Same way, this nitrogen, lone pair of electrons are available here, which will be delocalized over whole of the benzene ring. Okay, what is the difference between phenylhydrazine and 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine? These two nitro groups. As you can see here we have seen the two nitrogens, the hydrazine ring is there, the hydrazine moiety is there, benzene ring is there. Where is the difference? That in 2,4-DNP at ortho and para position, or you can say at second and fourth position, you have nitro groups. So nitro groups at second and fourth position. So these lone pair of electrons will be involved in the resonance as we have seen in the previous case. So this nitrogen is less nucleophilic than this nitrogen. Okay? And therefore this nitrogen will be involved in the reaction. So the two hydrogens from this nitrogen and oxygen from here goes out as water molecule in presence of acid to give this compound C double bond N. This reagent is called 2,4-DNP, the short form, and full form is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. Okay, and the product obtained is 2,4-DNP derivative, short form, or 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. Okay, so now the last, addition of semi-carbazide. What is semi-carbazide? If you can recollect, NH2, NH, CO, NH2. This is semi-carbazide. Now three different types of nitrogens are available. So I have denoted them by different colors: black, red, and blue. These are three different nitrogens. Now we have to decide that out of these three nitrogen, which will be a stronger nucleophile and which will react with the carbonyl compound. Okay. Now see, this red nitrogen, the lone pair of electrons will be delocalized by resonance on this. You can see The lone pair of electrons will shift here and the pi electron density will shift towards the oxygen. So in this resonance, due to the resonance, this lone pair of electron availability on this nitrogen is very less. Okay. Now see this blue. Again, the lone pair of electrons will participate in the resonance through the carbonyl group, and therefore electron pair availability on this nitrogen is also less. So on blue nitrogen, electron pair availability is less due to resonance. On red nitrogen, electron pair availability on the nitrogen is less due to resonance. So if you have to compare the three, this nitrogen, the black nitrogen, is the one which is a stronger nucleophile. So this nitrogen will react with the carbonyl group. So you can see here, this is carbonyl compound. This is semi-carbazide. 2 hydrogens from here, oxygen from here, to give you this, which is semi-carbazone. So semi-carbazide will give semi-carbazone. So now we can complete our table. Phenylhydrazine will give phenylhydrazone, C double bond N, NH and phenyl ring. 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine will give 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. This nitrogen will participate and C double bond N and this ring. And then in semi-carbazide, this nitrogen will participate. So you will get C double bond N, NH2, that is semi-carbazone. Okay. So these are the ammonia derivatives and their products. Now, this derivative is very, very important. 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone derivative or 2,4-DNP derivative. They are yellow or orange or red colored precipitates. They are used for the identification of aldehydes and ketones. The presence of aldehydes and ketones functional groups in unknown organic compounds can be detected by 2,4-DNP test. In 2,4-DNP test, we are using 2,4-DNP reagent, that is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine reagent. If an unknown compound is given to us and we have to find out whether it is a carbonyl compound or not, so we perform this 2,4-DNP test. If by treating with the 2,4-DNP reagent, if the unknown compound is giving yellow or orange or red color precipitate, then it shows that the given organic compound, the unknown compound, is a carbonyl compound, which can be an aldehyde or a ketone. Okay, so this is a very important test for identification of aldehydes and ketones. This is 2,4-DNP test. Now, the product of reaction of aldehydes and ketones with various ammonia derivatives are mostly crystalline solids having sharp melting points. We have seen oxime, semi-carbazone, phenylhydrazone, 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. They all are crystalline solids and they have sharp melting point. Thus, they are used in identification and characterization of aldehydes and ketones. Okay. So now let's discuss reactions of some aldehydes and ketones with these ammonia derivatives. Let's say this. So in this case, what you have to do is that if you have to write down the product, so first try to identify what is this compound, IUPAC nomenclature, ethanol. Very good. What is this compound? We have already discussed it. Hydroxylamine. Okay. Now what will be the product? Hydrogen, 2 hydrogens from here, oxygen from here. So C double bond N, this is the product, plus water molecule. Can you name this compound? It is oxime of ethanol. So it is ethanol oxide. As I told you, hydroxylamine is giving oxime derivative. Okay, now the second. What is the IUPAC nomenclature for this compound? Propanone. What is this compound? Hydrazine. What will be the product? Oxygen from here, 2 hydrogen from here, C double bond N. This. What is the name of this? Propanone hydrazone. As I told you, hydrazine gives hydrazone. So it is propanone hydrazone. Now identify this compound. It is methanol. This is phenylhydrazine. Product C double bond N, NHC6, 2 hydrogens from here, oxygen from here. Name methanol phenylhydrazone. So phenylhydrazine is giving phenylhydrazone. Few more examples. IUPAC name, propanol. This is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. And the product will be this one, C double bond N. This N will participate. This we have seen why. So the name of the derivative is propanone 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. And now the last example. This compound is ethanol. This compound is semicarbazide. What will be the product? Now which of the three will participate? This one. What will be the product? This. What is the name of the compound? Ethanol semicarbazone. So you can change the carbonyl compound and you can react it with the ammonia and its derivative. You should know that if more than 2 nitrogens are available, then which nitrogen will participate, and simply there is a loss of water molecule to give you the product. So you can easily write down the reaction. I hope everything is clear to you. Thank you. Thanks for watching.